Indeed, for many romantics, imagination was in some sense the whole of existence, the true ground of being, the medium of all realities. It both pervaded consciousness and constituted the world. Like imagination, the will too was considered a necessary element in the attainment of human knowledge, a force preceding knowledge and freely impelling man and universe forward to new levels of creativity and awareness. Here it was Nietzsche who, in a uniquely powerful synthesis of titatic romantic spiritual passion and the most radical strain of Enlightenment skepticism, set forth the paradigmatic romantic position concerning the relation of will to truth and knowledge. The rational intellect could not achieve objective truth, nor could any perspective ever be independent of interpretation of some sort. Against positivism, which halts at phenomena, there are only facts, I would say. No, facts are precisely what there are not, only interpretations. This was true not just for matters of morality, but for physics too, which was but a specific perspective and exegesis to suit specific needs and desires. Every way of viewing the world was the product of hidden impulses. Every philosophy revealed not an impersonal system of thought, but an evolutionary confession. Unconscious instinct, psychological motivation, linguistic distortion, cultural prejudice, these affected and defined every human perspective. Against the long Western tradition of asserting the unique validity of one's system of concepts and beliefs, whether religious, scientific, or philosophical, that alone mirrors the truth. Nietzsche set forth a radical perspectivism. There exists a plurality of perspectives through which the world can be interpreted, and there is no authoritative independent criterion according to which one system can be determined to be more valid than others. But if the world was radically indeterminate, it could be shaped by a heroic act of will to affirm life and bring forth its triumphant fulfillment. The highest truth, Nietzsche prophesied, was being born within man through the self-creating power of the will. All of man's striving for knowledge and power would fulfill itself in a new being who would incarnate the living meaning of the universe. But to achieve this birth, man would have to grow beyond himself so fundamentally that his present limited self would be destroyed. What is great in man is that he is a bridge and not a goal, said Nietzsche. Man is something that must be overcome. For man was a way to new dawns and new horizons far beyond the compass of the present age. And the birth of this new being was not a life-impoverishing otherworldly fantasy to be believed by ecclesiastical decree, but was a vivid, tangible reality to be created here and now through the heroic self-overcoming of the great individual. Such an individual had to transform life into a work of art, within which he could forge his character, embrace his fate, and recreate himself as heroic protagonist of the world epic. He had to invent himself anew, imagine himself into being. He had to will into existence a fictive drama into which he could enter and live, imposing a redemptive order on the chaos of a meaningless universe without God. Then the God who had long been projected to the beyond could be born within the human soul. Then man could dance godlike in the eternal flux, free of all foundations and all bounds, beyond every metaphysical constraint. Truth was not something one proved or disproved. It was something one created. In Nietzsche, as in Romanticism generally, the philosopher became poet. A world conception was judged not in terms of abstract rationality or factual verification, but as an expression of courage, beauty, and imaginative power. Thus, the romantic sensibility advanced new standards and values for human knowledge. Through the self-creating power of imagination and will, the human being could body forth unborn realities, penetrate invisible but altogether real levels of being, comprehend nature and history and the cosmos unfolding, indeed, participate in the very process of creation.